There we go. Now we're talking video games. Welcome. Hi, it's Monday. We're hanging out. Thought we'd get on the internet here for a couple hours and, I don't know, fuck it up. Had a weird itch. We were playing some Donkey Kong not that long ago. But I itched for some Donkey Kong Jr. You know? It's like not a lot of people talking Donkey Kong Jr. these days. Let's see if we can get it. Did I break it? There we go. Donkey Kong Jr. is the sequel to Donkey Kong. Mario's the bad guy. Mario was always the bad guy, as far as I'm concerned. Probably still is. Also, 2 Marios. What is that? It's like a clone of this. There's clearly 3. There were 3 Marios on screen there for a second. All right, so a lot like regular ass Donkey Kong, your goal is to get to the top of the thing and do some stuff. Oh, let's get that fucker. Okay, let's just drop that one and go and wait for this. Oh, geez. You gonna... Okay. Let's go up here and get that, and that's it. It auto-climbs that last little vine, which I thought was, you know, that's very kind of it. All right, see if we can time this. Got it. Oh, but then... Oh, these birds are a fucker, and if you're on that last chain, you know, you kind of can get caught out there. Like, if he makes that turn there, yeah, see? Like that. All right. Oh. Fuck going the long way. Okay, we need to drop just... Oh, see, that's... Every time I screw this up. Every time I screw this up. Go, go, go. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. I got a bird right in my damn face. Do I have any fondness for Hard Hat Mac? Yeah, totally. Hard Hat Mac is good. I gotta get through. I gotta get past that second level. Oh, what? Got greedy. I should have probably just waited. Yeah. This is not going good. This is not. This is No, well, that. There was a version of this game. The very first video game magazine I bought had a cheat for this game that I've never been able to do. I tried it a couple of times. It doesn't work on this revision of the. Well, maybe it did. This is the Japanese version. But there was something where like you would jump in the water on this stage, and so you needed to like basically. It was like you were dying two different ways at the same time or something like that, and so you would like land in the water and on one of the traps, on one of the little clappy bear trap thing, whatever the fuck these things are. Animated bear trap monsters, right? The little claw traps, but with eyes, because why not? And you would somehow land at the same time and do the thing. And that would give you like 7 free games or something like that, at least according to the magazine. And, you know, they did hardware revisions or you know, they burned another set of ROMs or something that fixed it. So it only worked on certain machines. Kind of like Tempest had a similar thing where if you got the right score in Tempest, the last 2 digits of your score when the game ended would do things like it could give you 40 free games or make it so you could play in attract mode. It was like a bunch of really weird shit. Are they not gators, you ask? No. I mean, look at them. If they were gators, they would have bodies. They're just teeth, right? I guess they got little tails, but they look mechanical. I mean, look at them. Get a good look at them here. They look like... They don't look like living things to me. Weird little baby crocs. I mean, I guess that's anything's possible. You gotta time that button press or else you don't get the high jump out of it. Alright. No, see, you slide down thinking they're gonna cut early and then they don't, and do you climb faster when grabbing 2 ropes? Yes, you do. And you slide down faster when you only have 1. So maybe I just need to get down to 1 chain as opposed to 2 chains. No, see, guessed wrong. I guessed wrong. Grr. Is there a pattern to this? It seems like... Okay. What? How do you... Wait, what... I guess I really gotta nail this jump, huh? I like that little boom, boom, boom noise when you jump over something. It's good. Keep going to Mario's hideout. That's how bad Mario is. Mario's such a bad guy, he's got a fucking hideout. Like, good people don't have fucking hideouts, right? We're dead. There's no way I'm gonna ever finish this level. Oh, see, well, especially if I do dumb garbage like that. See the damn end of Donkey Kong Jr. Damn it. Snap jaws. Yeah, see? They're snap jaws. Come at me, snap jaw. Yeah, you ain't got shit now. What are we doing? Nothing. Don't let Twin Galaxies see this. If you're from Twin, if you're a Twin Gal, turn this stream off. This is not regulation play. Oops. Well. Yeah, what you got? Ah, you can taste the hot sauce now. Be careful, because Mario is a motherfucker, and he is a hideout, and he's a criminal and a villain. I never had much luck with this stage, like, in arcades originally or anything either. It's not... It's a hard game. I feel like it's a lot harder than Donkey Kong, in terms of just, like, mechanics and getting from place to place. Suck it, Mario. Damn it, Mario. And then, so like like Donkey Kong before it, the US version really spaced the stages out in a way that made it so it wasn't just all 4 stages in order out of the gate. You had to loop around a few times. So this would just be the second stage your first time through in the US version. So you wouldn't even see some of those other stages until you got pretty deep in. Which, I don't know, I rarely played arcade games for score. So I'm not really well suited to today's, like, score. I always thought this sprite, this little Donkey Kong Jr. here with the arms up and the smile, I think it looks kind of bad. Oh, that's right. Mario got the fucking boot. So that's Donkey Kong Jr. There's really no point in, like, continuing to... Really, I should just stop playing. We cheated our way to the end and saw it. Like, there's nothing... Let's really just move on. What was I saying? I forget. Oops. Reactor, huh? Yeah, I am almost always down to play Reactor, honestly. So maybe we'll get there. Look at this. Look at this. What you got? I could just do this just for fun. Just 400 points. But yeah, like, I never really got deep into score stuff. Because, I was more interested in seeing how far I could get. How high could I try? All that sort of stuff. Like, seeing the levels, seeing the content, I guess, was always my thing. I'm gonna stop. And we'll move on to another version of this game, because what else do we got here? There's some, Whew, boy. Sometimes it takes a little bit to pop in. Sometimes it takes a little bit to pop in. If I give it one of these and then one of these. Something? Nothing? That's frustrating. That's very frustrating. Okay, let's just try relaunching it. And zip. Bzz, no. Damn it. Let's try hitting this button and this. There we go. Here we have Donkey Kong Jr. on the Atari 2600. Using some of the same assets from Donkey Kong for the 2600, namely Mario and that sweet Donkey Kong sprite thing up there. I remember this game now. Oh, that's not a... Those vines are too far apart. Guess I gotta just wait, because there's not really... I was just gonna send another one down there, huh? Go, 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 go. I bet this only has 2 levels. I bet it's just got that level in this one. I also like how Donkey Kong only moves while you are moving. Oh, okay, it does have this level. Great. Ah, oh. Yeah, that's some fucked. Get off so we can jump. Okay. Now we need to jump again over that one, and then get over and get off, and okay, then jump over that fucking thing, and then we need to be here, and then jump over that. Okay. Way easier. Uh-oh. No going back on that one, I guess. How much does this retail for? We're 2600 games like 30 or 40 bucks primarily. Some of them got full price expensive by today's standards, but yeah, there were definitely some 2600 games that I want to say were around 40 bucks at the time. For that. That was a $40-ish game probably. You know, ColecoVision got its own version of Donkey Kong Jr., of course. Of course. Let's see what this thing's all about. Okay, there it goes. The jump is weirdly high. Like, he really goes for it. I feel like this is more recognizable here on the ColecoVision than it was on the 2600. Which is funny, because Coleco did both. They probably made the 2600 version shitty to help sell their platform. It did not work. That did not work. These birds are going to come. Ah! Whoa! It's a really fucking weird version of this game. ColecoVision, just the sprites, the artwork on a lot of that stuff, the limitations of the system, like, just everything has such a strange look to it. Look at fucking Mario. Look at Donkey Kong here. Does this get a third stage? No. It doesn't automatically climb the last vine either. I gotta do that work myself. What the fuck? Oh, here we go. Okay, so it uses the US version's, like, level rules, which I guess makes sense. The jump is so weird in this version. It just feels like a lot higher. Oh. No, get back on the... Okay. Okay. I wonder if this has all 4 levels. I bet it doesn't. Just seems like something that would be definitely missing from these home versions. I remember, like, because there was the ColecoVision, then there was the Atom, which was, like, their computer. And in some cases, it was like, oh, the Atom version of Donkey Kong Jr. has all 4 stages. And weird shit like that. Dude, just walk out of that cage. Dude, you just go. Alright, fine. So far, ColecoVision proving to be the easiest version of the game. Is Mario wearing a cowboy hat? He is wearing a hat. Looks more like a Outback, like Crocodile Dundee, like jungle trapper. I caught this gorilla, and I got a whip. It looks like he's got a whip or a crowbar or something. This is where they got the idea for Half-Life. just want to finish this level and see if there's a fourth stage. My guess is that there won't be. Fuck! I screwed that up. I wonder if you can even make the high jump off that trampoline thing there. Like, the angle of his jump seems so different that it doesn't seem like you'd be able to. Get it, get it. Oh. I feel like Donkey Kong Jr. has some good facial expressions while he's climbing in this version of the game. Looks very concerned here. Like, looking up on, ah. What do we got? Yeah, see, it's... Alright, okay, alright, oh, ah, Doing really well, doing really well, doing really well. Let's just die. That'd be kind of cool if you could just make that jump. Just skip a bunch of stuff. Alright, and that's that ColecoVision. Let's see here. In television version, I'm going to guess this is going to be bad. The Intellivision is a strange, strange device. Can make it buzz at me. All right, what are we looking at here? Keyboard number 1. That's okay. Yeah. I guess you just can't make that jump in this version of the game. Why? Why would they? Why do it like that? Walk, fucker. There we go. Yeah, you will not make that jump. But I did it. I had to know. I guess I had to know. Also, the way the music restarts every time you move, every time you disrupt it. Oh, it's so good. No, get, go! I always keep forgetting and keep going up high. Oh, it's like getting him to walk sucks. Great version of a great game. A real classic. Of course, like the NES version is totally fine. Though isn't, well, I don't know, the NES version of regular ass Donkey Kong is missing a stage. It does do the auto climb though, so it's legit. Well, I got the high jump, but I missed. Fuck. All right. Oh, okay. This has all the stages then. That's what I get going for points. Almost did it again. I'm going out for the loot. He is risen. Or free. One or the other. Again, like just smiling Donkey Kong Jr. with his arms up, I think it just doesn't look good. I don't think it looks good. Why am I not getting points? Also, why can't I make this incredibly simple jump? There we go. Yeah. That's a decent version of that game. Oh, okay. One more quick one here. I know there are other versions, but One more Donkey Kong Jr. before we move on. Apparently, it came out on the 7800. Apparently, when they were making the 7800, they thought sound wasn't something that mattered, so they just kind of gave it the same sound capabilities as the Atari 2600, which sounds like shit. Good walk noise, though. I feel like Donkey Kong Jr.'s face looks like a hippo or something here when he's one-vining it like that. See? There's something going on there. For some reason you can't grab onto that one, even though it seems to be the same length as... Oops. I tapped slightly to the left, and we lose. I can't do any more of that. Crunchy. Yeah, that's... Definitely. Reactor. So... I like Reactor a lot. I mostly like the 2600 version, so we'll start with the arcade version, but it's a trackball game, so that's sort of oh right, okay, this is the like tutorial. I was like, why can't I move? So I'm going to lower my mouse sensitivity here a little bit. So that's a big reactor core that grows. I'm this little thing that's like... Oh. See, it's really hard with the mouse to play this because you can't touch the walls. I can touch the core, but I can't touch the walls. And so I can bump these guys around. I can also hit the button to add a little oomph to my shots. And I can also drop a decoy and try to... So you want to get them in those bonus chambers there. And when they bounce around up there, you get some extra shit. Would a trackball mouse work? Yeah, I mean, you could probably like dial in the sensitivity a little bit more here too, and make this version acceptable. But yeah, so when they're in those chambers, you get some bonus points, and then the chambers get sealed off for a little bit. Ah! Oh, I thought I died there. I did not. So at this point, I'm just kind of continually pushing up to not get bumped into the wall. Okay. I guess the other thing that's easy to forget is because I played the Atari version so much. The Atari version doesn't have this like force blast that I'm doing here. It's really just you bumping into them. I also think the Atari version has better music. All right, so now we're on a system that's native with a joystick. And, you know, we get points for mixing it up with these things. And my only button is a decoy button, so I can kind of go over here and try to do that. Put a little decoy down, try and get him tricked into going into the little bonus chamber. And bumping into the walls. The other thing is you have these control rods on the sides here. If you hit all of them on one side, it shrinks the core down, like a coolant type deal. You have to understand, in the 80s, nuclear stuff was new, and people were like, I don't know, what if you were just inside a reactor? Like, that was enough for a video game in, what is this, 82? 83, maybe? Eventually, you get through enough levels that the core changes to an unsafe core, and then you can't touch the core or the walls. And that's pretty hard. I got pretty good at this version of the game. I played a whole heck of a lot of the 2600 version of Reactor. The rectangular pieces have a little more oomph on them than the pieces from the first levels, so you kind of get harder quote unquote enemies. So you can get that last control rod. There we go. See, slap a decoy down, get some bonus points. Now we get these little hamburger-shaped pieces that when you break them up, they break into the smaller pieces. This is exactly how it works in a nuclear reactor, folks. I don't know if you've ever been inside a nuclear reactor, but this is exactly how things go. I can say with some certainty. Take it, hamburger. See, that one busted itself up. I don't even need to do anything. So these early levels, I can kind of just hold up here and be mostly safe. They're not going to be strong enough to really knock me around that much. And the core is safe, so I'll probably play until we get up to the unsafe core vortex thing. And then maybe we'll move on. Hooray. I got an extra asterisk. Whatever I am. Oh, see, I think those are the final enemies. Those are the last new enemy in the game. The little ones with the wings on them like that. This fucker wants some. It's a really hard color for me to see with the glare on the screen from the outside window. One more reason to play video games in the dark, I guess. keep them on the left side of the screen because there's like not as much glare there. All right. Okay. Die. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, here we go. So it's got some, like, gravitational pull to it as it gets bigger. I think this thing actually looks really cool when it gets big. And so you can kind of skate around the insides of it, as in Maelstrom. And you'll hear that noise. See, I can kind of get out, I think. I'm moving in a circle with it. Oh, see? Oh. I tried to lay a decoy down, and it didn't happen. I hit the wall. But now I get paid out all these bonus points I got from them rattling around in these little traps. Anyway, that's Reactor. It's pretty good when it goes like that, too. That's pretty good. And it'll let you move while you're not even playing, like the game's over, but you still kind of can move for whatever reason. That's just fun. All right. This is, you know, I didn't know that there was a Famicom version of this, so I'm going to start with that. I guess I probably have played this before, but... This is Pooyan. I should have shot the meat missile, honestly. This seems like a pretty okay version of this game. Waste of a good meat missile there. No, no. No. Oh, shit. All right. That's the NES version of Pooyan. Some of these versions I'm not even sure if I'll be able to make run. Oh, okay. That runs immediately. The old PV2000. Gotta play with the keyboard. Absolutely recognizable as Pooyan. There's a Tommy Tutor version of Pooyan, apparently, also. Ah, 16-bit graphic computer. Let's wait for this to come up. Cartridge. I don't know if I picked amateur or pro, but here we go. This is different music. Why? Ah! Well, I guess it's music from Pooyan, but not the in-game music from. It's not Pooyan's theme from Pooyan. Dude. The spacing on these guys is really brutal. I must have picked pro because there's no meat. Okay, there we go. Die. Suck hot meat, wolves. This music is really something. Control's fine. I mean, I don't know. It's one more. Quasimodo. Yeah, now you're talking. Quasimodo's a cool fucking game. Okay, then it's the other stage where they come from the bottom and try to go up and push this rock down on top of me. Oh! I can't. No more. No more of that version of the Pooyan. Help. All right, let's see here. The M5, huh? The Sword M5 had itself a Pooyan. Is that going to work? I feel like I'm playing as a rabbit in this version of the game. Wolf 31. Start right out of the gate with the shields, huh? I feel like normally it waits a level or two before they start blocking your shots like this. It's a hardcore version of Pooyan. People on the Sword M5 were like, we want real Pooyan. Here we go. Everyone's favorite. The Atari 2600 version of Pooyan. I don't know that I've ever seen this. Holy shit. Oh god, it's like a fucking Game & Watch. This is some shit right here, man. Like, the smooth movement is like the cool thing about Pooyan. So losing that here, oh, I can't even deal with it. It's wow. That's rough. All right, how about if this is what it says it is, it's a French homebrew version for the MSX2, which seems impossible, but let's see what we get out of this if this works. All right, France. Way to go. Did that Atari version not show? Seems like people were saying that they weren't seeing it. Maybe that's for the best. Oh, man. That was a brutal shot. All right, that's a weird version. There's also an actual MSX1 version of the game. I feel like these are very similar graphics to one of the other versions. But we played so many in such a short time, I don't remember which. But I feel like the pig looks similar in one of the other versions. Oh man, I'm just... Alright. So... let's see if I can get that amazing Atari version to show. I don't even want to play it because it's so bad. This is a real rough version of that game. And, you know, there's a good Atari home computer version of the game that I don't have. You know, hang on. Is this a Korean Master System version? This has to be like a weird SG-1000 port or something weird. That's not playing at all. Oh, well. Oh, is this going to be a... No, never mind. So here we have the original. One day, in the forest, Konami 1982. See, we got the pigs moving the wheel to make me go up and down. This is just a powerful version of the game. Who's Konami? Konami used to make video games back in the 80s. That's a good question. Yeah, don't really hear a lot about them. No one's really talking about them anymore. But back in the 1980s, they put out games like Scramble and Pooyan here. Frogger. Maybe you've heard of Frogger. It was on a popular TV show in the 1990s as a bit of a fun throwback. And I think the subplot there was like trying to find Joe Konami, and they couldn't because he just doesn't exist anymore in the video game business, which was a, documentary kind of aspect of it. Very true. Alright, that's probably enough Pooyan. But yeah, I like to, return to Pooyan every so often. We did it. Oh, that's right. In the bonus stage, you only have meat, right? Meat, wolf. And then we're back to this. Back to more Pooyan. Some Gyrus. Yeah, I'll play some Gyrus. I ain't above it. Gyrus is, a good shooter and a good classical music lesson. Fuck. I always do that. Fuck. Gotta get that bonus ship. We made it to Neptune. It's a good noise. It's like Galaga. It's got these stages. This game's a lot like Galaga, really. Ah! It's the last one. Stupid. Oh. Only one more warp. Ah! Damn it. Get the thing. Okay. If we get to Uranus without the firepower that we need, then nothing's going to happen at all. Though I don't remember the patterns for any of the other stages, so... just stay here? Yeah. Oh, okay. Alright. Well, that's... Yeah. Gonna miss one of those. Fuck. Man, that's brutal. That's a pretty good noise, too. Please deposit coin and try this game. I mostly played... Well, let's see if this works. This is the Atari home computer version of the game. Ah! Get greedy. Have not seen the shot doubler thing pop up yet. Do I gotta, like, just let more of these guys out and not kill them so fast? There we go. I like that. Let's keep spinning as you're going in. That's a cool touch. There. That's what I meant to do. The last time. We. Ah, what the? Well, screw that up. Made it. But I only have a single shot, so it's going to be real bad here. Suck it, Disney. Ah. $39 out of 40. You know what that is? Might as well be 0. Wow. That seems unfair. Flying up from behind me and blowing me up like that. Screwed that one up. There's Earth. That's what Earth looks like when you get there. Spoilers. Gyrus is pretty good. There is a NES version of the game. A Famicom Disk System version of the game, which I assume is just the same. How are we looking over here? This chat room. Hello. Okay. Yep. Disney Pizza. Yep. Agreed. Oh, this is... file manager. No, that's not where I do it. What do I... Slot devices? No. I forget how to do this. But I think there's... Yeah. Control A, Control B. I don't know the difference. We'll try A. Oh, look at this. Getting all fancy. We need a map. Oh, there's a super. Jeez. And I wasted it already by hitting the wrong button. I don't know that I've seen this version before. That iPad is slipping. It's up against a can of soda that has soda in it. Okay. Oh, see, this version doesn't let you move while you're warping in, though. That sucks. That's a bad trade. What? Man, this is a weird version of this game. I mean, I guess, you know, years after the arcade original, they were going to have to do something to try to modernize it a little bit. Oh man, a boss fight. I was wondering, what's the bomb do? That's just a big shot. Okay. It's kind of cool. I don't know. Like this, you know, it's still Gyrus. It's kind of a sequel-ish type thing in a way. I don't really like the look of the enemies that much, but I'm putting this on the chance stage here, like chance for extra bombs. It seems like a weird. What does that do? Just points. Of course, I missed a bunch of the ships already, so extra dude. Let's get that. Huh. Neat. Weird, Pluto was not in the original. This is just crazy now. Uncharted territory. Ah! Some kind of space amoeba. Fuck that. This keeps coming. So it's just always like the second level gonna have 4 things there for you to shoot. The second level of each planet. Die, you fucker. Like the guys from the end of Contra. And the alien face things that open up and... I guess they're not faces. Little alien holes that open up and shoot out creepy spiders. Ugh. Don't even want to think about it. Now they're splitting. This is a nightmare. Oh, weird. That thing's on my level. That's probably bad. What am I shooting? Okay, we'll shoot this thing. Ah! I don't think that hit it. I think I gotta shoot this thing while dodging that planet. One bomb only. Give me the shots. Man, these guys are erratic. Not gonna cut it. I'm on Pluto. Yeah, this is a pretty neat version of this game. I had not seen it before. This is cool. So now that I've seen the structure of it, and be like, oh yeah, the second level of it is gonna be some other stuff you gotta shoot, and all that. It's a little less cool. Oh, that thing just swooped in and got me. Ah! Yeah, but I got all of them, though. What is this thing? It's like a furry Metroid. Okay, it's kind of the same thing, but diagonal now. Fuck it, I got enough bombs. Let's get to Uranus. Oh no, I do not have enough bombs. I'm not even getting a shot in on that thing because it's spitting out so much crap. There we go, got a few in there. Yeah, just got greedy. Welcome to Uranus. Give me the stupid bonus thing. Those guys are just in and out, man. So it seems like when it comes to Gyrus, I'm about as good as it takes to get almost to Saturn, regardless of version. These fucking things, man. Go away. Missed it. I think I have to hit it on the jellyfish side. Oh well. So I think I'm gonna buy. I think I'm gonna get a hold of a open source scan converter and some SCART cables and start using that. I got my Saturn and the PS2 out here, the same PS2 I was using for Garfield. I've got think that's just about ready. I think Garfield's almost ready. I had trouble. It's a PAL-only release, so getting that to run on real hardware sometimes can be slightly weird. But I think that's good to go. So maybe we'll get back to that over the next couple weeks here. I don't know. It's an interesting time. You know, we're really doing a lot of work prepping for E3 and stuff. So with Garfield potentially being something that'll take some time, I'm trying to think, like, do I want to, like, have a big break? Like if I don't get it done before E3 really takes over everything, is that going to be bad? Oh my god. 25XX, mankind must rid the universe of evil. It's a death-defying risk, and only a hero can succeed. You got to be a hero first before they'll even let you try facing off against this caped evildoer. Looks like the dude from Space Fury, but not a vector graphics guy, and also with more eyes, I guess, actually, technically. You know. I think I got one more Gyrus here, and then I think we're going to wrap it on up. We'll see if this one works. See if it shows up. This is the one that gives me trouble. Something about the Atari 2600. There we go. Oh, boy. Yep, it's all right. Just get back on that. Close enough. That's like, hey, we brought our Labo keyboard in to play the Gyrus music, and we got as close as we could. I feel like you couldn't make a version of Gyrus without the music. Like, it was such a key part of that game when it first came out. This is a little rough. I have not seen the bonus shot stuff yet. I wonder if this version has it. Look at those stars. This is... The 2600 it's kind of amazing. Like, what developers had to work with, and like the number of games that came out on it, and arcade ports and stuff that... Like, it's a really good reminder that, like, you used to have to go out to arcades to play the right versions of games. Like, these existed, and they were not the same. That it wasn't really until, I don't know what, like the NES, and even then, like, most of the time it was not the case. But it really wasn't until, like, the PlayStation, in a lot of cases, that you were like, oh, why would I go to an arcade when I've got this? This version of Tekken is actually better because it's got all these sick FMV intros, endings, whatever. Do we not get a picture of the planet? Neo Geo, yeah. You know, Neo Geo, obviously, that is just the same game at home and in the arcades. But, like, the thing was super expensive. It was not... You weren't going to get it it was too expensive. And in a lot of cases, honestly, like at the time, the impression of the Neo Geo is only improved with time. Because at the time, it was very easy to look at it and go like, well, I mean, I don't know, like, especially the early games, the early fighting games, you know, were not as good as Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat and stuff like that. You know, like Fatal. No, okay, there we go. We get Planet. And like King of the Monsters, like no, like pre-Metal Slug, the Neo Geo was a really weird. You know, you're like Super Spy. It's like cool once. Magician Lord is not that great. Nom 75. You know, the golf game's good, but I'm not gonna put quarters in a golf game. Like the monetization of Neo Turf Masters. Let's read my white paper. But it was only once it became a little bit easier to see at home and a little bit easier to remove from the put quarters in to play Cyberlip and some of these other games that, you know, were like, oh, these look good, but they're not like, don't seem that awesome. Or they're awesome once. The idea that you're going to spend $300 on a copy of like Magician Lord was a pack in some cases, so the pricing was maybe a little different, but at the time, between the price of that thing and the quality of the early games, it was very easy to be like pretty negative about the Neo Geo. It wasn't really until a couple years in of like King of Fighters that you were like, okay, like Samurai Shodown 1, I think was probably the moment for me, because that was a game that was, you know, it was a weapons fighter. It was dramatically different from Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. Like it felt like its own thing. Stuff like Fatal Fury, like the line jump back and forth stuff of some of those games. You know, Art of Fighting, like just stuff like that was clunky in a lot of ways. Okay, I guess I got the power up. It's like sitting here talking about Neo Geo games and totally lost track. Didn't even recognize that the power up happened. That's the power of the Atari. Things just happen and you're like, I don't know. It's just a bunch of flickering bullshit, and I got 77,000 points. Also, because you couldn't afford it, it was very easy to hate the Neo Geo, because you were just like, man, fuck that thing. I got a Super Nintendo. It's just as good. I had World Heroes on the SNES and played quite a bit of it there. And it was fine, you know, like it was a good version. Like, again, once you stopped putting individual quarters in it and the comparisons changed, because individual quarters, you're like, I could have spent this quarter on a better fighting game, you know, a Street Fighter, you know, something like that. But on its own terms, separated from those comparisons, like side-by-side, cabinet-to-cabinet stuff, like World Heroes, I think, works a lot better. Welcome to Uranus. It doesn't say it, but we know. You and I know. We got this. Doesn't even tell you that this is a chance stage. It's just like, eh. Samurai Shodown, though. What a fucking game. And there's nothing else like it, really, at the time. I think that's why it was so important. Like the other games, yeah, it was just like, oh, you know, throw fireballs, and, you know, Terry Bogard has a hat. I don't know. What about Ryu? What about Ken? Let's talk about it. But with Sam Show, you're just like, all right, well, this is fucking awesome, and you cut these dudes in half and fuck them all up with these swords, and it looks good and plays really well. And yeah, Samurai 1 and 2, I think, were the games that, like, probably made me suddenly kind of want to maybe get a Neo Geo someday. And then Metal Slug always just seemed like a quarter sucker. It just, you know, in arcades, that game always felt like it was designed to just steal money from you. And at that point, I think I was only going to arcades to play fighting games, really. So, like, I didn't play a ton of Metal Slug in arcades. because that stuff, you know, started, you know, there were other platforms to play, other home platforms to play great games on, and, you know, just, it didn't really stand out at the time. Does 3DO stand for anything? Truth, justice, the American way, mostly. That's no, it's the idea was that it was 3D O. So you have audio, you have video, and 3DO. Don't fucking blame me, I didn't make that shit up. Stuff like the 3DO and the CDI, you know, like it was in the same conversation as the Neo Geo just because it was so expensive. But those platforms were like, they were jokes. Like the 3D, the Neo Geo, you were at least like, okay, these are proper fucking video games, and they look better than most of the SNES stuff, and you know, you understood it. But then you look at the 3DO and you're like, this plays like garbage. Like the response time, the latency on the controller, just everything. The games don't play well. The CDI was just an even bigger joke. You should go back and watch that stream I did. It's on the site now about the rules of golf and that Eugene Levy golf game. If you like good stuff. We died and Earth appeared. We win anyway. This Gyrus. Yeah. Yeah, so that stream is up if you want to see any CDI stuff. But yeah, at the time it was just like, they were hyper expensive and they were multimedia machines, and the multimedia aspect of it looked like shit. And you're like, okay, well, buy a movie on a disc and it looks worse than a VHS tape does. Like, fuck that. The CDI just seemed like a terrible idea. The 3DO was not much better. The CD TV, which was the Amiga-based thing that Commodore did that was not entirely different, like that thing was a shit show as well, but at least there was a good version of Lemmings. And it was just the Amiga version of Lemmings, really. It was an Amiga 500 thing. But at least the Neo Geo, you were like, okay, I understand this. I can wrap my mind around it. It's like, okay, arcade games, but I take them home. That's worth an amount of money. It's too expensive, but I understand it. Where when you were like, get an encyclopedia for the CDI and a bunch of other shit games. This is before the Nintendo stuff had even happened. Like, that announcement would have at least been like, oh, video games at the time, even though the games were fucking garbage. Like the CDI was just a sick joke. Didn't make any sense. I don't know. At least one CDTV game that wanted a keyboard input. Yeah, I mean, the CDTV, I think it would just run Amiga CDs. So yeah, in some cases it would want a mouse and a keyboard. Like it had a little remote control thing, which I have one around here somewhere. It's probably with my CDTV. That had a D-pad and 2 buttons on it. But yeah, you really just kind of plugged in a mouse. And like I was doing like video editing on the CDTV because it had a Genlock card in it, and using it to overlay effects instead. It's just, yeah, it's a silly thing. Silly thing. I'm going to head out. Everybody have a great day. We'll do the podcast tomorrow. We'll do our thing. Fantabulous. See you around. Stop recording now. It stopped streaming, but it's still recording. So if you're watching the archive, you're going to see this. I hit the button. It didn't stop.